gonna go see Cats tonight. Because first of all, I want to, and second of all, I can. Cats just came out yesterday, and all of my friends and roommates have already gone home for the holidays, and I am here. And the reason that I'm filming myself is because I also don't have Wi-Fi yet, so I figured it would be a fun thing to do. Drink peppermint bark liqueur and hot chocolate and go see Cats and give you guys just the best, most honest, most spectacular, just probably the best review that you've ever heard or read of any movie ever. What do I know about Cats? All I know about Cats is most of what like I've seen the trailer. Obviously I know what's up. And Hi, and welcome back to Allie's Cooking in the Kitchen channel. So what I'm gonna be showing you guys how to do today is your very own Cats-inspired peppermint hot chocolate. So the first thing you're gonna need, or I guess not need, but I do think it's fun, is your own cat mug. But if you don't have a Cat's mug, any mug will do just fine. So I have been boiling our water on the stovetop here. If you don't have a kettle or a microwave, the stovetop pot will work just fine. We're gonna let that cool off just for a second, but while we're doing that, I'm just gonna put this down. See, you get more than just a review on this channel. You get a whole experience. So I do like to follow instructions. So you do see that right here it does say tear here. I will do my best to tear along that line. All right, so we're just gonna dump about half of that in there. And then along with that, we're actually gonna add in a couple of candy cane Hershey Kisses as well. I don't know if you guys are familiar with these. They're fun around the holidays. You know, Cats is the holiday event of the season, so I'm guessing that you're also going to be doing this pretty soon to the holiday, pretty soon to now, there's no time like the present is what I'm trying to say. So the next thing you're going to do is you got to be really careful with this. Oh, and by the way, just so you can see what I got going on. And there, you're just gonna pour that right in. Spill a little bit on the counter, it's for character. Stir it up with a spoon or a fork or just whatever you do have on you at the time. I do happen to have a spoon. Now's the fun part. So I've got my mug, I've got everything in there except for the peppermint bark liqueur. So we're just gonna pour, just eyeball it. As much as you think that you want for the evening. And now it's time to sip. We're gonna test it. Good. Not too strong, not too soft. I don't know how to restart this. I really don't. But I did just see Cats. I don't know how to express exactly the emotions I'm feeling right now. It's just, first and foremost, it was fun to see it, but only the way that I was. So I would say that this should only be a movie for you if you're 21 plus. This is a 21 plus movie, and I don't say that because it's inappropriate, thank God. You should only see this if you can be drunk, because I couldn't imagine what this experience would have been like for me sober. No one was there to see Cats. Everyone was there to see Cats. So the first thing I wrote down is that the opening sequence is just about the most terrifying opening sequence to any movie that I've ever seen in my whole life. Oh, also I guess spoiler alert, by the way, if you really need a spoiler alert for Cats, this was it. That opening sequence does not give you any time to catch up. It's this is the movie that you're gonna see. I think it was the most unsettling song, even looking back on it and watching the rest of the movie. And then I wrote down paws versus hands. Oh, I forgot to say, At the end of the video, I will be ranking the cats, like in a ranking order of who I would let kill me. So if you want to see that, stick around to the end. But anyways, back to the important things. So I already, like, obviously knew the way that they looked, and that's the whole thing that everyone hates about it. But I didn't, like, really think about before the whole idea of them having human hands. Even while I was thinking about it, I knew that having paws instead of hands would have been worse. But I really did, like, consider it for a moment. And I do want to see it. I don't remember any of their names, mostly because all of them are, like, such bullshit names. I'm sorry to T.S. Eliot and Andrew Lloyd Webber. They don't need to be that extra. The Rebel Wilson scene is right after the opening number. And there's mice, and they're, like, mice-sized. And then there's cockroaches, and all of these are, like, they're, like, human hybrid, like, mice. And then human hybrid cockroaches. And that's just, it just was so bad. And then at one point, Rebel Wilson unzips herself to reveal, like, another outfit and cat fur, but she, like, unzips her, like, body, and it was, like, so bad. Then I wrote down, why do we let James Corden do everything that he wants? Or is it that, like, we keep making him do things that he doesn't want? I don't know. Okay, Judi Dench cat. A good cat. I have a lot of feelings about Judi Dench cat, but I thought her entrance was good. They all surround her, and at one point they hiss at her, like, and it just reminded me of that scene from Midsummer, and I couldn't stop laughing to myself. Ian McKellen was a good cat too. He did a great job. He also did more than he needed to do. Oh, and then this is during the tap dance scene. I wrote down, is there a canon size for these cats? Because it doesn't seem like it. At points, they seem much smaller than a cat should be. And then in some points, they pull out, like, objects that I would assume are supposed to be human objects because they're bigger than the cat, but not, like, definitely not as big as they should have been. So I had an issue with that. It was that some of the visual effects just sucked. Like, they spent so much money on this movie. I don't know how much, and I don't have any Wi-Fi, so I can't look it up while I am filming, but I'm sure it's a lot. I'm gonna put it on screen, and I'm gonna be mad about it when I find it. The bad cat. I wrote down his name, but I misspelled it, and then I corrected it, so I thought that I'd be able to say it right. Mavority? Is it Mavardity? I don't know. Him. Taylor Swift's whole song is saying his name, so I should remember it. He keeps capturing all the people because he wants to win the contest, and he thinks that it was such a dumb plot too. Like, I'm sorry, but by the way, I think I hate just Cats the musical. Either it was a really stupid plot or the movie did an absolutely ass job of portraying it. Anyways, he's capturing all the people and putting them on this boat somewhere. And then they all escape in one scene, and it's bad because Rebel Wilson unzipped herself again. I don't know if you remember, but I really didn't like that. She unzips herself again to, like, free them from, like, the chains that they're in. And then, if I remember correctly, the tap dancing cat, I think tap dances someone to, like, punch him out. Correct me if I'm wrong. James Corden cat makes himself cough up a hairball and spits it at one of them. Or maybe it was just the one guy. I don't know. You can tell that my body language is showing how much I didn't like it. And I just hated the way she unzipped herself. It's so bad. Okay, then I wrote, because then Jennifer Hudson comes in and does Memory. She sings that, and it's beautiful. And then, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to say, Magic Cat, like, saved Judi Dench cat by fully bringing her onto the stage with just his magic ability. And I don't really understand I got no context to any of it. It was presented to me as if I should just know the rules of this Cats universe, and I don't at all. Because the Mavarity cat just, like, makes people disappear into dust. The whole time, it was just him, though, that was doing magic stuff, except for, I guess, that they get a new life at the end of the contest. But no one ever really says how, or if it's, like, metaphorical, like a Wizard of Oz thing. And then Magic Cat suddenly is able to just, like, bring Judi Dench cat back onto the stage.
and she thanks him because she's saved and she's alive. And then she gives the life to Jennifer Hudson Cat because she has a beautiful voice and has been misunderstood. Come on, like I get that that's I get that that's a moral of the story, but Magic Cat just willed her basically back to life. Oh, while Jennifer Hudson's this is important. While Jennifer Hudson's singing, you see all the cats sitting around her, and they all sit in this like I'll show you. Ready? They all sit, and it's not as beautiful as them. Like this. Was that good? Did you get the good visual? So I wrote down this would be better if they sat like real cats, because I think that would be funny. Okay, yeah. And then the last thing that I have is that the ending ruined my life. They all do like a musical number on the ground. And then, I'm sorry, there's a whole other guy who I don't know his name and there's no redeeming characteristic about him. They all are like doing this great dance, and then Judi Dench Cat like turns and looks at the camera and makes direct eye contact with you, and she gives her final monologue, and then she looks back, and then people continue to do a song, and you're like, okay, weird that it didn't just end, and then it cuts back to her, and then she looks back at you again and she does more of it, and then it cuts back again to the cats dancing. And every single time it does, you think it should be the end of the movie, but then like she legit, again, it cuts back and she and then it cuts to black. The cat that I would least like to kill me is Taylor Swift Cat. It was just a weird song, and it was kind of boring, but trying to make it not boring at the same time. I am biased as well. I'm not like a huge Taylor Swift fan. Number 9 is Rebel Wilson Cat. I bet you can guess why. Sure, like her character was just kind of like annoying. Like she was the only character that had really like ad-libs, and they were so out of place. But let's be honest, the number one reason why she is the 9th that I want to kill me is the unzipping. Actually, no, I'm gonna move her to 10 and move Taylor Swift Cat to 9. Because at least Taylor Swift Cat didn't do that bullshit to me. Number 8 is James Corden Cat. The reason for this is he was kind of the same way as the Rebel Wilson Cat, where it just didn't feel like he should have been there. I'd be sad if he killed me. That wouldn't be worth it. Number 7 I have as the Magic Top Hat Cat. He could kill me with magic. I don't know. He has this air about him. The whole time he was one of the ones. He kept almost doing the kiss with Victoria Cat, the new cat, but they just kept like getting real close and then like nuzzling noses or like rubbing up against each other's shoulders. Or they like intertwined their tails at one point. God. This movie. So then number 6 I said the Idris Elba Cat, and that's because I don't know, he just kept showing up. He was trying so hard to be relevant, and he's just not relevant. 5 I didn't mention these ones before, but the Twin Cats, they have a song. I think they're the 4th song in the movie, but they gave me a weird vibe, and I did enjoy their song, so I wouldn't be mad if they killed me. Number 4 Jennifer Hudson Cat. She killed the song. She did. The whole thing is that she was like the glamorous cat, and everyone hated her, and she would always like try to be in on it, and everyone would hiss at her and like point fingers at her and be like, this cat, she's a bitch. She's the glamour cat. And maybe I was missing the other half of the lyrics, and I would be okay if like say I was one of the hissing cats and she killed me. I'd be like, yeah, I get it. Number 3 is the new girl cat, Victoria Cat. I don't know her name. I know that she was the introducing. I liked her. She had a pretty voice, I'm not gonna lie. Number 2 is Judi Dench Cat. My god, Judi Dench Cat, 100%. She has a great entrance. You know right away that she's the bitch. Like, she is the bad bitch. And she is the bad bitch. She's the one who picks who gets another life. Also, like, they're cats, so I didn't quite understand that they meant, like, a whole new life. Because in my head, it was just, oh, so they get 10 lives instead of 9. Judi Dench Cat. Anyways, back to her. She wears this magnificent coat, which is a fur coat, which also confused me because their clothing sometimes was weird. One of them wore a jacket where there was a button that was above average size, but it just was not big enough to be a human button. And then who makes those coats for those cats, and what fur is it? I need these answers. I just don't understand. I don't understand the cats universe. Maybe that's my biggest problem. Maybe that's my biggest problem with the movie. Number one, the cat that I would be not even most okay with, but most happy, most honored to kill me is Ian McKellen cat. He was a sweetheart. He was the man. He was Gus, the theater cat, short for asparagus. It was short for asparagus. But that's too hard a word to say. These are the only lyrics I remember in the movie, and that's because I love Ian McKellen. So, in conclusion, don't see this if you're not at all excited about seeing this movie while drunk. There are no surprises as far as what you see in the trailer. That's what it is for the whole movie. And you just gotta live in that. You just gotta revel in the glory of the fact that that's what you're watching. But I did, at the end of the day, enjoy this experience. I'm glad that I did this. I'm so brave. I think that's all I gotta say. So, regardless, subscribe to Volatile Studios and go see Cats if you want to. But if you don't go see Cats. And thank you. Good night.